You know, for many landscapers and weekend warriors and even home gardeners, a common practice when taking care of your trees and shrubs is to fertilize them in early spring. And it makes sense because that's when the new growth is coming on and it's a time-tested practice. But there's a strong argument to be made for another time of year to provide that fertilizer, and that's what I want to talk to you about in today's video. Now, while early spring is definitely a good time to fertilize because that new growth is just kicking into gear, many experts now agree that late fall, actually about a month after that first killing frost, is also an excellent time to fertilize. And since that old school reasoning took root a long time ago, we've learned a lot more about how plants utilize nutrients all through the year. In the past, the most common reason against fertilizing in the fall was the fear that plants and trees would put on new growth if unseasonably warm weather returned, only to be burned or damaged by imminently colder temperatures. The key to understanding the difference between early fall and late fall is the timing. If you fertilize in early fall when the temperatures are still mild and new growth is coming on, that fertilizer can stimulate even newer growth, and that tender foliage can be damaged when it gets cold. The rationale for late fall fertilization makes sense when you understand why. At this point, deciduous trees and shrubs have lost their foliage for the year, and active growth of plants and trees has slowed dramatically or even gone dormant. Rather than put on new foliage growth, the roots of established trees or shrubs take the nutrients from the soil and apply them to important health-promoting functions, such as disease resistance and root development. The excess nutrients are stored in the roots and become immediately available when needed for new growth in spring. Keep in mind, not all plants and trees are even candidates for ongoing fertilization. In fact, once they're established, it's not even recommended or even that important to keep up with the fertilization. When in doubt, get a soil test to find out what nutrients are needed, and equally important, what nutrients are not. With so many chores coming on so fast in early spring, let's take one of the big ones off our plate and wait to do that fertilization of our trees and shrubs until very late fall. The fertilizer will be utilized by the roots and stored there until they're needed next spring when they're ready to go.